Hello everyone. Today we'll be making salmon cakes, or if you prefer, salmon cake sandwiches. So let's get in the kitchen and get started. First thing we're going to do is make a remoulade sauce. Use 2 cups of any mayonnaise you prefer, squeeze in half of a lemon, and then 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I've got 2 tablespoons of capers and 1 tablespoon of dill. I'm just going to give both of these a nice little quick chop and throw them into the mixture. Next, add 1 tablespoon of sweet relish. You also want to add a dash of any type of white vinegar. I'm using a Filipino style cane vinegar, but use any type of white vinegar. And then I'm going to add about 10 or 12 drops of Tabasco sauce for pepper and a little dash of sugar just to help balance everything. Big pinch of salt. And then give this a mix and then a taste. I realize this is a pretty big batch, so feel free to cut it in half if it's just you or one other person. I have company coming later, so I want to make a big batch. After tasting, I needed a little bit more sweet relish, a little bit more Tabasco, but at this point, just alter it how you want, how you feel that it should be. By the way, this sauce will last about 4 days in your fridge, and it is amazing with many different things. I already cut up the lettuce, tomato, and onion for the sandwiches. And now for the salmon. This is about 1.25 pounds of wild Atlantic salmon with the skin removed. So what I'm doing here is big dicing about half of the salmon, and that way there can be big chunks inside the salmon cakes, and the other half will pulverize in the food processor. And again, this is a pretty big batch, so if you want to cut the salmon in half and the sauce in half for just a couple people, that's totally fine. This batch that I'm making is going to serve about 4 or 5 people. And now for the other half of the salmon that we have in the food processor, I'm going to add about 3/4 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of Dijon. We can squeeze in that other half of lemon. And then I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of Old Bay. We're going to put in a little handful of dill, as well as 1 egg. And then we're gonna pulverize this up. We're just gonna blitz it. As you can see here, it's still a little bit chunky. I didn't want to make a salmon mousse. I just pulsed it for about 12 or 15 seconds, but I still want some chunky texture to it. After adding the blended salmon into the chunks of salmon, I'm going to take about 8 Ritz crackers and just crush them into it. So satisfying. And then get your clean hands in there and mix it up. After getting it nice and mixed together, I want to put it in the fridge or freezer for about 12 minutes or so that'll be a little easier to work with when I'm making the patties. At this point, you could make the portions any size you want. You could make megalodon patties like I did, or you could make medium-sized patties and get 6, or you could make small little sliders, put them on some brioche buns. Just use your imagination, do whatever you prefer. I'll just be cooking one for now, and I'll cook the rest when my company arrives. On medium-high heat, I had some extra virgin olive oil and butter, and I want to sear the patty about 4 minutes on each side, and then finish it in a 400-degree oven for about 3 or 4 minutes. While that's finishing in the oven, I can dress the Kaiser roll. I'm going to slather on that remoulade sauce. It thickens in the fridge also. add lettuce, tomato, onion, and this baby is good to go. Look at this thing. King's already pacing around. He's like, give me a bite, Dad. Look at this. Is that not beautiful? It's so beautiful. Okay. Creamy in the middle. The sauce is incredible. Tangy, bright, lemony, some taste of dill. I'm gonna like devour this. Jesus.